I think, and I am going live on Instagram for my first time. So I'm just checking to be sure what that looks like in my feed. It's something new that I'm trying today. And let's see if I'm going live, what it looks like. I don't know. Maybe it is going live there. I don't know. It's supposed to be popping over from my Restream. So, welcome y'all to Small Beginnings with Sarah podcast. Yeah, this will be a podcast. Pretty sure my very last one of 2023. Even though I thought a few days ago I'd done my last one, but I felt like I needed to share with you a recap very specifically of God's blessings for me this year and what all He helped me to accomplish. And I'm pretty in awe of it. Like, I've been teary today, emotional. I really was thinking I was going to get this done maybe Thursday or Friday, but my family was still here and they left middle of the day today. And then I needed to go run some errands before some stores closed to take back let's see, what was it? A sander. My back deck got done thanks to my wonderful son. And so I'd rented a sander. Anyway, all of that all got done. And so then I needed to water my plants, and then I wanted to be outside, but it's already dark here in Texas. So I'm in my slash gallery room study, and excited to, yeah, just be sharing with you um, what's happening and what's happened in 2023. I want to start with the verse, and I had my iPad here. This was my verse that God gave me um, very late 2022, before 2023 came along, and it's Ephesians 6, verse 10, and it's right before verse 11, which talks about the spiritual warfare, right? And the places that we need to be prepared to be able to fight against the enemy that's going to try to steal, kill, and destroy. And so, right before it, and reading from the Passion Translation, Paul says to the Ephesians, but really to us too, it's chapter 6, verse 10. Now, my beloved ones, I have saved these most important truths for last. Be supernaturally infused with strength through your life union with the Lord Jesus. Stand victorious with the force of his explosive power flowing in and through you. And so, y'all, as I think back of 2023 and I think back to how God gave me this verse, and really it is the culmination to say that there's no way I could have made it this year without God infusing his help inside of me. And I do now. I'm not standing right now, but I am sitting, and I could stand up, but I got a little puppy in my lap, victorious with this force of his power flowing in and through me. There's no way I could have done this year without him. So I'm so thankful for this verse from Ephesians. And I don't know what my verse will be for 2024. I think it could end up being something from Psalm 24, but I don't know yet. I'm still sitting with that. And certainly I could have more than one verse. You don't just have to have one. But that verse is just so important to me about how it spoke of this infusion. Like, when you infuse water with lemon or cucumber, I'm not really crazy about the cucumber, but it all tastes like that. And so when God infuses himself in us, like every part of us is infused. So would you just consider, thanking God with me for what all he's done. I don't want to take forever and ever with this podcast, but I was even like a few days ago, I was like, man, I really, really, really need to put this out in podcast form. And then I start self doubting today, and I was like, oh, I don't know, do I really need to? And God's like, yes, I want you to brag on me. This is a testimony of me, Sarah, of your obedience, but it's a testimony of my love for you and how I helped you. And so I wrote a letter, and I'm actually going to read the letter. If you are on my email list, you got the letter today. But I want to read and highlight a few things from the letter to really, I don't want to brag on myself, but I want to give give um, give credit to God's infusion in my life. I would say that 2023 has been one of the hardest years of my life. One of the words God gave me at the beginning of the year, really near the end of 2022, was I knew it would be one of service. And boy, was it. I served a lot of people. I just, as I was preparing for this, I've been very teary today, emotional. Um, my dear friend Donna passed away on April 6th from cancer after fighting for 12 years. And I miss her. I miss her. I miss her. And I know her family misses her. She fought a beautiful battle, strong, so much pain, and now she's healed. But that was a very hard part of my 2023. My daughter-in-law surviving sepsis, and my grandbaby being born the day before my daughter-in-law got sepsis, and so she had some issues with breathing, but no infection. And that was several months this summer of me serving my family to help them recover, and they're doing great. They were just here for a week, and still more recoveries needed, but wow, we are so thankful. And y'all, before, I think I was like in my letter, I put it at the end, but I really want to start with this. In 2019, Wayman and I's dream, and really in 2017, when we knew we were starting our business, Acts 1:8 Blessings, and Acts 1:8 says, you'll make my name famous in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. We knew that we had this passion to go forth and share Jesus's love. And there's so many different ways you can do it, right? You can go yourself, you can be sender, you can support missionaries, you can be praying and interceding. There's thousands of ways that you can do Acts 1:8. But we knew that it would be through the creative route, and we knew that we would go ourselves and that we would support others. And right just a few months, before Wayman passed away in January of 2020, so in a few days it'll be 4 years, he and I had this dream of starting a nonprofit approved by the federal government, by the IRS, and he did. He wrote all the papers. He got the plan done, and it's in the educational aspect of a nonprofit of teaching because of my leadership, and it's called Central Asia Leadership Legacy, and you can look it up, CALL. And so today I am unashamedly asking for donations from you, even $10, to help us, to help me to continue this dream and this legacy that Wayman and I had together, to help others in Central Asia. So none of this money is ever used for me or for my family. We use it to support Central Asians and to help train them. And so this just last month, and earlier this month, actually, November and December, I went to Central Asia for 5 weeks, and I held 5 retreats and did another teaching, and really affected nearly 100 women, where I was teaching using the creative process and bringing them in to help them feel connected to God in special ways and bring healing from their grief and trauma. And it was really amazing. And so our nonprofit called Call, helps support, help pay for the night away retreat, our art supplies, our writing supplies, as well as scholarships some. And some were able to pay, but we scholarshiped some. so they could come fully and enjoy, and then buy more art supplies and plane ticket for my interpreter to go with me to the Capitol and do another retreat there. And y'all, I wish you could have been there with me to see the lives changed from being heard, being seen. These people really have sort of felt like they've been forgotten. They're post Soviet Union, and it's still very intense. It's very, very intense there. And so I go with bravery, I go with wisdom, but I want to share what is happening and what can happen when we come close into the secret place with God, and then He meets them there and gives them rest and healing, and so all using creativity. So I'm asking for you to support Call. There will be a link. I will put it in my notes or in the comments of this, but I don't know if you can see the QR code right there. Probably can't take a picture of that. I don't know, but this is a call here at this last few days, 2 days of 2023. If you need to make another donation of any size, even $5 or $10, $15, this pushes it through PayPal, which automatically gives you a tax exempt receipt. And if you want to send me a check, you can. I just need you to just DM me, and I will send you my mailing address, and I can put that check into our account that helps others in Central Asia. We also have done some respite times from some countries where people are really, really weary in ministry and they need a time of rest, and we bring them in to another country and pay for their food and their apartment and just even their transportation to get their flights to just come and rest. I think many of us don't really understand what it's like to be on the field, to go, 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 and not have any, I call it holy parentheses of rest. And so our nonprofit Call gives respite times for those in need. And we are, I think what I just am very proud of is that we have these funds and we wait. And when there is a need, like, we are able to act quickly for that need. And so we're not burying our money and hiding it under the mattress. Like, when we have a need, we are spending it. And we believe that God will, because we are sowing into lives that really very few people have touched, very few people have helped. They're sort of a forgotten people. And then we can see the results. Like, the harvest is there, y'all. Like, I was just there, and I can't tell you, like, I can tell you, I can tell you the amount of harvest that was there. And really, this harvest is to know Jesus in a greater way, to feel closer to Him, to be able to pray, to read the Bible, to see miracles in their lives. And so it's really, really, really beautiful. And so I'm just asking you to think about giving a donation. I would love to make back the money that I spent in the 5 weeks that I was overseas to help people. This was November and December, so it was about $3,000 that I spent. So I would love to have that money come back in, or even more, because next year I know I have to go back and into greater places, and probably 4 different countries in Central Asia. And I don't know how many retreats, but it's God's going to unfold it. And y'all, this is a beautiful work. I can describe it in so many words. Like, I feel like I'm in the river with God, and the doors are opening, and people's lives are changing, and they're hungry for more. And so it's beautiful. And I'm so willing and able to answer any questions that you might have. DM me and I'll set up a phone call. But if you would be willing to give to Call here in these last really day and a half left of 2023, that would bless me, and it would help make the name of Jesus famous to the ends of the earth. So I'm going back to my letter now. If you're on my email list, you got it today. But I really am amazed. I've spent some time, I've spent some time just being in awe of what God has done the last few days, really even tearing up and saying, God, like, wow, like it was way more than I dreamed or imagined. And just 9 years ago, y'all, I wasn't an artist. Like in October of 2014 is when I started painting, and I painted for 2 years without ever thinking that my paintings would sell or even felt like I was good enough to have my paintings sell, which I don't think they were. It took me a couple of years of discipline of painting most every day. And then in late 20, let's see, yeah, it was in late 2016, my paintings started selling. And then Moyman and I started our business, Acts 1-8 Blessings, and it's a ministry business. It is a for-profit. It's separate from Call. And through my art ministry business, I am able to produce books and pay for my own plane flights to go overseas and sell my art, and then help other people just on the ground wherever I see a need. So, without me ever discovering that I was an artist, like this wouldn't have happened. And so I just want to pray into your dream now. Like, what is it that you've dreamed of that you're like, there's no way I could ever do this? Y'all, that was me in 2014. Like, I wasn't an artist. There's no way I ever thought I would be an artist. And then, and then I heard the whisper of God in my thoughts, and I heard him tell me, you're an artist for me. And this was October of 2014. And I said, God, I don't know what to do. And he said, hang out with me and I will teach you. And so I just want to encourage you to dream the impossible, what you thought there was no way would happen. Because now at the end of 2023, I've painted over 2,000 paintings since 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, and sold many of them. So here's what I believe God, just a recap of what God has done for me in 2023. And y'all, he gets all the glory. He gets all the praise. Like, I am like, wow, God, you are amazing. And I feel like this year, I think I strived less. I know he's been trying to pull striving away from me and out of me to just let him open doors and let him do it. It's not like I'm not disciplined and I don't work and am diligent with the jobs in front of me. But I know in years past, I've worked too hard to try to do it my own way. And this year, I've just seen God open doors. And he's just opened doors, and there they are. It's a wide open door, and I maybe didn't even knock on it. And then I'm walking through. So I've painted over 320 original paintings this year. And thank you to my collectors for supporting me and buying. In fact, one collector came by today to pick up a 24 by 48 painting and another small one. Let's see, I had one small one right here. Y'all, this is just how small I paint. This right here, it's called Infused with Strength. I just named it today. It was 280th painting of 2023. And then here is a painting that I did. This is number 246 of 2023. I named this one here My Call to Beauty and Purity. I really believe this is, I don't think you can see it all. Can't see the whole church. I just put it here behind me in my study, but I believe we have a call for purity and clean hands and a pure heart for 2024. I wrote and illustrated Give Me Some Baby Grins, a children's book about the power of words of blessing from a father to his sons, and it was #1 on Amazon on its release day. It's a story about a dad and his sons. So I illustrated the book and wrote this story, and yeah, I mean, I'll read these pages to you right here. This is sort of the centerfold, and it's my late husband sitting here with his 3 sons around the campfire. We did this a lot out at the ranch at Harper. When he became an older man, his sons were right by his side, helping and loving him. They would say, "We love you, Dad, and we are proud to be your sons." And grin he would, knowing his sons loved him just as much as he loved them. So I'm really proud of this book. It's available on Amazon. If you want a signed copy, DM me. I sell them myself and can ship it to you. Um, Give Me Some Baby Grins. It's my second children's book and probably not the last. I also wrote and published 27,000 Miles in Love, an epic marriage story guided by faith, leaving a legacy about my nearly 35-year marriage to Wayman. It was also number one on Amazon on its release day. Here it is. I painted the original painting with cold wax and oil on the front. And y'all, it's got 10 seasons, I think, let's see, no, 7 seasons in it. Not chapters, but I did seasons. Yeah, 8 seasons. Ended with legacy. Our journey reaches beyond today. And I really believe this book would help your marriage. There's a prayer at the end of every chapter. There's 5 things to do at the end of every chapter. See, I believe that marriage is the greatest gift God could give us as humans. It's a holy marriage covenant. It's not something man came up with. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful holy communion, holy connection. And God's calling us. I believe revival will happen on this earth through marriages. And Satan, the enemy, does not like marriages because it's totally opposite of what he's trying to do, which is to kill, steal, and destroy. And so in a marriage, man, you get to change of who you are and become more like God as you serve and love. And my late husband and I had an amazing marriage. It lasted nearly 35 years. And so this is my memoir. This is my blessing. Thanks to Wayman for who he was, but also I just want to encourage you in your marriage. So this is available on Amazon too, but you also can DM me and I can sign a copy and send it to you. I sell them there right here at my home. I also, here's another bullet point for my letter. I'm also mentoring other creatives in a vibrant weekly online creative membership. It's community-based and it's defined and centered on the authentic love of Jesus. It's called the Inner Circle, and it's changing lives, and it's bringing each member closer to God in multiple creative processes. So would love, love, love for you to be a part of the Inner Circle. It's a monthly fee. We meet every Monday at 9 a.m. Central by Zoom. And if you're not on Facebook, it's okay. I still send out the link to you. Most everybody is because we have a vibrant community on Facebook, but you don't have to be on Facebook. Some people don't want to be. They still can be a vibrant part of our community. We pray. We love each other. We visit each other. We have retreats together. We create together. Now we're coming out with our first year, our volume 1 anthology of our writings and drawings and paintings will be coming out in 2024. And we love each other deeply and there's no competition. It is a holy community called Inner Circle. And so you're welcome to try it. There's no contract. I don't, I just know that God will send you to it if you're supposed to be in it. Also, here's another bullet point. I facilitated creative spiritual retreats in Texas and Central Asia for over 100 people who experienced God's love and healing in the secret place with Jesus. And people from over 15 countries were represented in these retreats. Y'all, so I go to one country and then there's people that are there from other countries. So it's really beautiful, the networking God is doing. And, my passion is to make the name of Jesus famous to the ends of the earth. And so I may be in Central Asia, but he sends someone from South America or from India or from Africa, so it's very beautiful how he connects us. And I will be doing more retreats in 2024. I have a retreat planned February 29th through March 3rd in the Texas Hill Country, Medina, Texas, Deer Creek Camp. I still have a few spots left at that retreat, so DM me if you're interested in coming. You will forever be changed. If God sends you, you will forever be changed. You will experience more of God in this quiet place, this come away time with him. He's going to download for you. He's going to reveal his secrets, and you're going to make some really amazing new friends. I've painted live prophetically at multiple worship services at Bethel Austin Church, which is where my home church is Bethel Austin. And I paint live there during worship prophetically. And it's really cool how people will see something I paint and then they've maybe had the dream the night before and seen it in their dream, or it's just speaking to them like this is what they know they need to have in their home or their study or their office because it's speaking to them. So it's really beautiful how God creates us to be creative, and He gives us images and visions to help solidify what's in front of us. The next thing I did, which was wholly part of the river, was this lecture that I was invited to do. It was on I think it was the 29th of October at Beloved Gallery that has Akiane Carmack's paintings, The Prince of Peace. It was the 20th anniversary for the Prince of Peace painting. She painted that painting when she was 8 years old. And so we celebrated there. I spoke on the holy intersection of creativity and faith, and I was able to paint live there as well. And in fact, the painting that was collected today and picked up was painted live during that time at Beloved Gallery. Also, y'all, I restarted my podcast, Small Beginnings with Sarah podcast. It debuted season 2 on August 30th, 2023. I've done 17 new episodes this year in 2023, and will continue moving forward in 2024. You can just subscribe and listen. You know, I'm nearly to 10,000 downloads. Right now, I'm just a little over 9,300 downloads. And I'm really praying for those last 650 or so downloads so I can get 10,000 downloads. And, you know, numbers are not everything, right, y'all? They're just not, because God can do so much with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, right? He can feed over 5,000, 8,000 people with a small amount. But I know that many of you listen to my podcast on Facebook Live. And so that is really cool. You are on my YouTube channel, or also now I'm streaming on Instagram as today for the first time. So you don't have to go to my podcast and download it. But if you choose to, it's on all the platforms, from Apple to Spotify, whatever podcast. I use Libsyn as my platform host, and also I can see which countries where people are that are listening to my podcast. And when I looked a few days ago, people in over 15 countries have downloaded my episodes. So someone one of you in Spain is listening to my podcast. And in fact, I noticed that within about 4 hours of when my podcast is released, you have already downloaded in Spain. So I would love to know who you are. DM me, send me a message at sarah@sarahthurman.com, and I would love to connect with you. I went to Spain for the first time this fall. It's definitely a country I'm going back to, God willing, and I loved it. But I believe that, you know, sharing my podcast is helping people to be encouraged, and it's pointing to Jesus, you know, for all that He's doing for us. So I'm thankful for each and every download. And if you do listen on Facebook and then you want to share it with someone else, you can go to the podcast platform and share it there and download. And so, yeah, y'all, that is just another plug for CALL. If you want to support my nonprofit, CALL, I'll put the link in. I don't think you'll be able to see that QR code on the screen, probably not. But I'm so blessed for 2023 that I painted over 300 paintings. I finished 27,000 Miles in Love. That book I worked on for several years, and then wrote and illustrated to give me some baby grins, and restarted my podcast and helping and discipling women all over the world to come closer to Him through the creative process. One of my goals for 2024, y'all, is to finish my e-course and workbook on 7 creative modules to be activated to bring healing from trauma and grief. And there are processes that I have used the last 4 years specifically in healing from Wayman and processing his loss. And so I'm very excited about this. And one of them is walking and spending time in nature. And so you'll be seeing more about that. But I bless you. I bless you with these last few hours of 2023. Um, may God just pour his love on you. May he pour his abundance on you. May he pour his praises on you. May you hear him say, "Well done, my good and faithful daughter. Well done, my good and faithful son." Yeah. And then we ramp up and we wait and we sit still with him and we wait to hear what he has for us for 2024. I know he's telling you things, but don't be so fast to just fill up the whole page. Like, keep sitting with him because he may be telling you something even within the first month of 2024, more that he wants to tell us. Y'all, I really believe he's going to unveil more of his mysteries as we spend time with him. It's a promise that he tells us when we spend time with him and we seek his face, that he will reveal more to us. And so I believe it, and I know that it's going to happen. So I bless you. Thank you for being on with me live. If you were, I'm on YouTube. YouTube. I'm on Instagram for the first time, and I'm on Facebook. And they told me to be sure to knock off of Facebook or Instagram if I could first. And I don't even really know what I'm looking for because I don't see it coming up live. Yeah, so because then it would just be on for 4 minutes. So anyway, I'm learning, and that looks like there it is, a channel new. Okay, maybe that's where it was. I don't know. So we'll see. Okay, y'all. Blessings. I'll see you in 2024.